Hello, Will here. We are back in Skyrim after, well, it's been another kind of longish break. If you're on my Discord, you'll kind of know reasons as to why, because there's been a couple of reasons as to why, but I won't go into details here. But yeah, we're back in Skyrim. So first sort of new proper video of the year, and I thought, yeah, we'll start with Skyrim. We'll start with a mod showcase because they kind of finally updated the game again to kind of fix it to a degree. I mean, I think there's still something that are a bit odd, but in general, it seems to be working at least a bit better. But right, so we're here with a mod showcase. We've got 3 mods. I've got 2 mods that are out now that you can play that are released. That as far as I'm aware, are finished. And then we got an update to Skyrim, which I just want to go through a little update and show you an update in this video because it's changed a little bit since the last video, which was probably a little while back. Alright, so for mod number 1, we are going to, which is obviously over there. Mod number 1 is Whiterun City Limits. So this, I can't remember if the model was just called Rin, or they had a different name, but this is called Rins on this. But this was ported, so it wasn't created, but ported by B-Various, which I know now that they kind of, hopefully, he's been able to sort some stuff out because he had a bit of a problem because obviously a lot of B-Various stuff was in work in progress, and that kind of got a bit funny. So hopefully something's fixed about that. So what this is basically doing, or is basically done, I may not get around to looking at everything, but okay, we'll have a little quick look around. But basically, obviously, it's kind of self-explanatory of what it is to a degree. It's basically in the outskirts of the city of Whiterun. It's basically been expanded. It's been expanded on, so there's all this new, there'll be a whole new bunch of stuff, like little farms, city walls, all that kind of stuff. There might be some like little houses and stuff like that. That's Pelagian Farm's already there, but I think this is a little bit different out here. For example, it's been sort of built up a bit more. But yeah, so that's in general gist. That's what it is. Obviously, there's probably a few other little bits and pieces to it, but but it's basically we wanted to sort of like expand the exterior of the city of Whiterun. Then this is kind of one way of doing it. This is one of the few mods that allow you to do it. There's a couple of other ones that do sort of like similar kind of things. But this one is sort of like basically already kind of fully fleshed out. Just obviously this first time I go through it, so it's all like haven't really had any major sort of like performance problems so far. The only thing that I noticed was like that kind of like faded in. Well, no, faded in at a point. It wasn't originally there, or parts of it faded in, but that's just like PlayStation limitation sometimes. But it hasn't seemed to have like completely ruined the the running of the game. The frame rate's been fine so far. Hasn't really been any kind of major stutters or anything like that. No kind of funny business. So yeah, it doesn't look like it adds in like any kind of like major new like shops or inns or any of that kind of stuff. But it adds in like you got some new farmhouses. It's just something built more for the sake of immersion than practicality. I like it expands on it, but it doesn't make it feel. It expands, but it's a more believable expansion. It's not it's not one of these kind of like expansion ideas where somebody gets shot by ice for some reason. I don't. Well, that person died. Why? Who was? Hold on. Hold on. Who are you? You are. Oh, you're a banned ice. Who did you kill? Who did you kill? Oh, you. Oh, what? You stuck her in the. Okay. What you got? But yeah. So as always, I will leave a link in the description below for this. So yeah, there's not like it's an absolute ton I can say about it. That's not excessively different, apart from it's good for immersion because it doesn't add a ton of stuff that is like, oh, there's no longer, you know, there isn't like 15 different food stalls and this and that and the other. No, it's like a few farms, new city walls, this that and the other. It's just to make it just to expand upon the city of Whiterun and give it more of a sort of cultural farming town city thing, really. And that's it. But anyway, this was Rin's Whiterun city limits, created by Rin, but this version obviously has been ported over by Beef Area Bay. So right, on to mod number 2, which is, now this one I gotta look around for this one because I can get, it does work here, but there's also a couple of other places it works, but I may need to wait for some specific people to turn up. So I will be back in a minute with mod number 2 when they finally turn up. Alright, so here we are with mod number 2, which is Khajiit Warehouses by Ilari. I think that's how you pronounce it. But this is by Ilari, and well, yeah, basically it's kind of self-explanatory. So obviously it tends to be you'll have,
perhaps I should be more
like,
grateful
obviously we sat here and anyone else he travels with, sort of thing. Obviously they travel from around a couple of cities. In this case, it's Whiterun, Riften, and Solitude. Now, what obviously this does is that it adds in like these little buildings, or it could be a little building. It could be, I think one of them said it was. I think for one of them, it's like a little trap door thing, or something over it. But it's basically it will add in like little places that are basically their warehouses. So you can see here we've got Khajiit warehouse. It's locked, but that's not a problem. But you know, but as in their little warehouses, so it's like, you know, it seems like it's somewhere else where they would store their supplies. What exactly the reason is for them, I don't know. I don't know if it's just there because they thought, oh, it'd be nice for them to have a warehouse that they would normally do, because they keep following the same places. So we're gonna go have a look. I'm gonna have a look at this one. Now, this isn't like some big mod or whatever that is. I think it's a very small one. But we're going to have a look at here, and then we might have a look at the one at Solitude, for example. We'll have a look at a couple of different ones, just to see how they're different and how they're the same. Alright. I don't know if there's actually anyone in here. That's the only thing. We'll have a look. No, okay, yeah, it did say in the description it's all like, you know, it's sort of, you know, it goes under, so, you know, so this has gone under.
You're not supposed to be here.
Okay, so there is actually somebody here.
I'm not going to warn you again. Get out, or I'll call the guards.
Alright, well, I ain't gonna worry about that. I don't know if they actually do have a crime, faction assigned to them or not, I don't know, but it doesn't matter. I'm just going to murder the cat anyway. Because I just want to see if there's actually anything good in here. I'll take the money. Oh, I'll take the gold bullion though. Nothing else in there. I'll take the money. Okay. Oh, so, you know, so you do have a whole new sort of like little place where you could do sneaking and whatever sort of thing. Though this would be a bit hard to do sneaking in. Hi.
I'm warning you. Back off. Hey.
So I'm gonna row at him. It wasn't my intention to kill these cats, but I kind of have to now. Bada bing, bada boom. only got a few bits and pieces in here. So yeah, I don't think there's anything. I don't think there's any kind of like unique loot or like that. It didn't say anything about there being like any kind of like special items that are added in to the mod specifically. So, this one could not fault your ambition, Sakia, but I will not risk evacuating the collapsed tunnels. For all we know, it could lead right to Dragon's Reach dungeons. Besides, we have enough space for the moment. Just keep your head down and work hard. My friend Rasad doesn't ask anything more of us. P. That might have been the other one I killed. Because I am a murderer. Oh yeah, so it gives you a little bit of, it gives you like a little bit of story behind it as well. So it might be that Rasad was doing sort of like illegal dealings with these ones, maybe. That's what he was doing. He's doing illegal dealings. Why, Rasad? Why are we doing illegal dealings? Anyway, so that's that one. We're gonna have a look at the one that's sold to because it's free at the moment. They might add more later on. I don't know. We're gonna have a look at the one that's Solitude, and then that'll be it. So I'll see you in Solitude. Alright, search Solitude. Okay, so yeah, you don't need. It's definitely not working on a when they're here basis because they're not here at the moment, and this warehouse is still here. So you don't need the Rasad and his caravan to be here. And then you got this one, which this one isn't locked. Okay, so this one isn't locked, but there is this gate here. Note to Shanzin. Okay. Shanzin, let us keep our operation clean and quiet. Yes. It won't stop us from making camp, but the old tunnels are a different story. We have no formal permission to use them, and the guard could kick us out at any moment. This one does not desire to give them a reason to. Madran. Okay. Okay then. So, did you say it was illegal or was it quiet? Operation clean quiet. So he's not doing illegal dealing with this one, but he's operating illegally because he's not supposed to be using the tunnels, but he is. Well, obviously that one didn't really give too much of a shit. Solitude, on bow, dagger, arrow, that open. Okay. Some basic loot stuff. Oh, hi. Am I allowed in here? Right, you lot don't seem to be bothered on this occasion. Hi.
Need something? Yes?
Okay, so these ones don't seem to be bothered about you being here. Whereas the other ones did. But I think that was obviously that was because I had to obviously lockpick the door. Well, I didn't, but you have to break through. You have to, you're doing breaking and entering. This one, you just seem to be allowed to just walk in this one. Okay, so I think that's going to be it for this one. So it doesn't look like there's anything. I mean, obviously the idea and the locations is obviously kind of more unique. Obviously, I've got a feeling one in Riften's probably going to be working along with the Thieves Guild in some manner. But so yeah, it's the unique kind of areas. You got some new NPCs like Shanzin, Konala, this kind of thing, and it does seem to be that each one has a little bit of backstory behind it. That's obviously looks like it's been told through these notes, kind of thing. So yeah, they're not extensive, but they exist. And they have at least actually decided to sort of like give a reason to why they exist. They're not just there. They have a reason why they exist. This one is because these tunnels were here. Apparently, these tunnels were here beforehand, and then Madran has decided to start using them, even though he's not meant to. But they were here before. But what they were before, don't know. But you know, so I like it. I like it. I like the fact it's a little immersive thingy. But that's the thing. The thing about this kind of one though is that you could easily create an expansion to this. I reckon there is actually potential for expansion on this. Not just for the rest of the caravans, but maybe there's a whole story to be told. But whether it will be is a different story. Oddly enough. But anyway, that's enough about wishing all about this one. So yeah, if you're a fan of the Khajiits, if you're a fan of, you know, trying to be sneaky and stealing and this and that and the other kind of thing, la la la, why not give this one a look? So what I'll do, as always, I will leave a link in the description below if you want to have a look at it for yourself. And then yeah, so this was Khajiit Warehouses by Alari. And just to reiterate, the locations for these is Whiterun, Riften, and Solitude. Now, obviously, I haven't shown you Riften, but I'm not going to show you Riften either, so tough. But anyway, on to the final mod of the video, which obviously this is going to be more just of a showing rather than, because it's not finished, it's nowhere near finished. Ugh. But yeah, I'm going to go through a little update on Skyrim and sort of trying to also give an idea of what I kind of want to do, because I don't think I've kind of explained what I want to do. So it's going to take a bit of time still. But right, let's go on to that. We'll get out of here and we'll let these guys work. Alright. Here we are with Mondom 3, and sort of back in Mondom 3, and I forgot to get rid of him. Oops. Oh, I'm not to worry. So yeah, so we're back in Skyrim, which is the 4th part of the Wanderer No More, which I'm hoping to have this completed this year. That's the plan. I don't think since the last video, I don't think really anything's changed about this area at all. The only new addition which I just kind of pointed out is this dude. Now obviously, technically he isn't actually supposed to be there. I was supposed to delete him, so I need to remember to do that at a point. But yeah, this mod does have a massive black mammoth in it, and you know, just to kind of get an indication of how big this mammoth is. As you can see, if you're not part of my Discord, you won't have seen this thing before. But as you can see, this thing is absolutely ginormous. There you go. You can sort of get a bit of a better idea now. I'm literally just the same. I'm just up to the top of its shin. It's that big. But that one won't be staying. But that doesn't mean that because there's another one in the city. They might not be in this showing on purpose or because of map mesh and all that kind of crap. But there will eventually be one in the city. That one will be removed. But yeah, apart from that, the city part here, I might have to close this gate so it doesn't fuck that person up. I might have to do that actually. So yeah, so the city itself hasn't changed all that much. Well, the harbour hasn't changed that much. There's a bit of a difference between the harbour and the city. So now we're going to go into the city, which is where the main changing has been going on. Alright, so the beginnings of the city of Skyrim. Now, if you watched the last one, you will. I don't know how easily it would be to notice because it's all like. I mean, are you going to notice that the ground is different? compared to the last time? Probably not. You're probably not going to remember, you got those arc strings over there, just down here, blah, blah, blah. But this lot has only had some minor tweaks done to it. But basically, what I've been doing, if you're not part of my Discord, you wouldn't really know what I've been doing. But it's basically what I've been doing. I've sort of been altering a couple of little bits and pieces. So it's like the ground texture. It's still road like it was in the other previously, but it's more. It's using the. Now, when they updated it, not the last update, but the update that fucked everything up. They added allowed access for modders to something called resource pack, which is basically added in a whole bunch of colors, some new trees, some new textures, a bunch of stuff that a modder could use, and on all platforms, whether it be PC, Xbox, or PlayStation, it didn't really matter. A modder can use it. So it's like the road now is a texture from that resource pack, because it was a lot of the things in it that came with it, that was environment, was kind of very deserty kind of style. It's like, it's very tropical, sort of like palm trees and coconut trees, sort of thing. So it's sort of like that kind of fits well with Skyrim, because Skyrim, in a way, is what's going to be eventually written lore about it, which I've still got to write out anyway. It's basically, it's in a place called the Realm of the Silver Sands. So it's like in a silver desert. I know the sand down here isn't silver, but it'll be written up why it's called the Silver Sands, even if the sand isn't directly silver. But as you can see, and so it's like, for example, there's a willow tree. That's part of resource pack. So, but you don't need anything specific for it to work. If you're just playing the game, it will work regardless of what mods you haven't got. But so I've been sort of making some changes, and I've been like decorating out the sort of like the streets now. So I've made a start on all the streets. So obviously we kind of here, you got this little bit here, you go into here, you got a nice roaring fire. You got this statue, which this is going to be a nod back to a previous mod of mine, sort of like one of my older mods that involved the Tetra. And then just carry on. You got some of the buildings have doors. I'll explain what's going on with the buildings afterwards, after sort of like showing this little bit. So for example, you come right here. As you can see, this is obviously going to be some kind of shop, because you got all this outside. At the moment, you can just take it, technically, but eventually it will get to a point where if you take it, it will be classed as stealing it. And same with any other items like this, because at the moment in the harbour, you can't take anything, because if you take it, it's classed as stealing. Hasn't happened here. I haven't got it sorted out in the main city yet, but that's because the city is still under development, and it's still got quite a lot of development to go. But eventually it'll get to the point where if you try and take anything, it'll be classed as stealing. So it's like, for example, you're gonna have one new horse here. That is unique. I mean, you got another horse here, but this isn't a unique horse. It's a horse. But here you got Aphon. Now there is another unique horse that's over that way somewhere. I don't know. At the moment, I don't know if these horses will travel with fast travel. But if they don't, it's not going to be actually that much of a problem, because I'm also going to be creating a spell that will allow you to summon the horse. So you ain't got to worry about losing the horse or anything like that, because you'll be able to summon it up and call the horse to you, kind of thing. So you'll be fine. And go this way. I haven't really done too much down this way just yet. I'm actually showing a bit more of the city this time. So I don't think I walked around the city all that much last time. I had to make some tweaks around here, because there's big ass mammoth again. Hi, big mammoth. You don't have a name, but you will have some lore written about you. And as to the why you're so blimmin' goddamn big. Anyway, they got this here. Alright, we go around. I don't know if we can get around the back. There you go. And there you go. And there's this massive saddle. With a little canopy on it for the person who ever rides it. Which that person, as I know, does not exist. But it will eventually exist. And you got this monument. Kind of monument looking at ass thing here. Which I think is pretty funky. It's a funky little monument. I'm still intending to possibly retexture some of this, so it might end up looking a little bit different to this in the final release. But at the moment, that's the kind of general gist of it. And if you come over here, you'll find the other horse, the Amaterasu, who does have a fire trail that follows them when you're riding them. I'll have to show you, because look enough, it's not illegal for me to take the horse right now. So there you go, as you can see, if you look to the side, as you can see, flame trail, Amaterasu, leaves a trail of fire behind it. So, funky horse. And again, Amaterasu, like Aethon, will also be summonable. I just need to create the actual spells. And then obviously we've still got a bit down here to go. With like benches and stuff and this and that and the other, It's the same with here. And again around here, you know, this and so on and so forth. And then obviously down this street. Bada bing, bada boom. Sort of go down here, and then down here. Up around here. You can also come down that way as well. It's going through here, leads you into this bit again. That's going to be a blacksmith, if I remember correctly. That's going to be some temple or school or something. Or some kind of like sorcerer's coalition or something. I can't remember off the top of my head what I'm making each thing being, but the uniquer looking buildings like these, they all are going to be serving the main purpose, which is like a shop or something like that. There you go here. Then you got new arches, which is part of the resource pack. Until you come up to here, this area obviously is very underdeveloped at the moment, as it is with most of over here. And then obviously that's obviously just something I've just seen now, so that obviously be something that I'll need to fix up. Because I think it's because I've got like a wall over there. That I've got to do, so obviously I'll need to fix this thing up. So there might be an occasional thing like that I'll need to fix, but that's fine. And then obviously come into here, that's eventually going to turn into basically a big temple. It's sort of their equivalent of their church, basically. And this is going to be sort of like a place where they sort of like bury the dead kind of thing. La 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 la, you know, la la la, blah blah blah. Alright, so, as I previously mentioned, if I can get over the blimmin' wall, can I get... Alright, hold on, let's get back. Aha! Right, over the wall. Right, so, for example, these three builds down here, this is going to turn into a pair of shops. So we're going to have like a general store, magic, general shop, magic shop, alchemist, that kind of thing. General store. That's going to be some sort of like, because I've got the idea. I'm wanting to put in like something similar to a fighters guild and something similar to a mages guild, but they're going to be called different names. They're not guilds. They're going to be something a little bit different. Then you got your blacksmith there. So it's like anything that has a bit more of a unique look to it will technically actually be a building that you can enter or has a practical use. There's some of them that might not. So like for example, let's just get off the horse. Yeah. So like for example, this building, you'll be able to go in it, but it doesn't serve any other main purpose apart from get the book to be able to summon him. But you'll have to steal it. You won't be able to buy it. And it'd be the same with Amaterasu here. But for example, this building here, this is going to become a pub. or an inn, tavern, whatever you want to call it. I was going to call it pub because I'm British, and I want to call it a pub. And so on and so forth. And it's going to be the same down there, down this end. There will be another pub and another one of the kind of like schooling things where it's either they got like another pub there, and then here it's sort of like sort of like the coalition, the Sorcerers Coalition, or something to do with the Knights, like some kind of Knights group or something like that, which I think I got, like the Dragoon Knights or something like that, I think. So you're going to have those kind of things in there, and so those buildings you will be able to enter, and they will have interiors. But not every build, to save myself some sanity, not every building is going to have an interior. So, for example, like buildings down here, because these buildings are already done and they've got doors. They've already got doors, but they're not usable doors. They're static doors. So you can't use them, but they're there. But you can't use the damn things, even though that door shrunk. Okay, if the door shrunk or the building's grown, alright, I need to sort that door out. but but a lot of the generic kind of more buildings, the kind of buildings you see a lot of, are all going to have these like basically just static doors. But the static doors aren't, but to make it a bit more, well, I can't really say fun, but rather than being all like, oh, it's a door you can't enter, oh, it's a door you can't enter, oh, it's a door you can't enter, each door is going to have its own message. So then when you try, so when you look, when you get to like here, it'll say activate door sort of thing, or something like that anyway. And it's just gonna show a message where it's like, I don't know, it'd be saying like, I don't know, you knocked on the door but nobody answered, or you tried to open the door and somebody shouted through the window, what the hell are you doing? That kind of style of thing. So but since each message will be different and unique, it might just be fun for you as the player to go around to each door and just see what it says. Because because you never know, I might try and put some silly messages in, sort of thing. Tra la la. But it's just I just wanted to show off where I got with this. Sort of what I'm planning to do. Well, it's not so much what I'm planning to do, but basically how it's going to kind of work. So the more unique buildings will have interiors, and the more common building will not have interiors, but they'll have funny little messages or immersive messages when you try and activate the door. But obviously I've still got to do like down this part here, down that part over there, down this part here, around the street down here. I mean, that side of the street's going to be really easy because there's not a lot to it. But then you got the other side, which is over here, and this side has a little bit more space. So, take it for what you will, kind of thing. But yeah. So that's kind of basically what I'm planning there. But again, time frame of when this is going to be released probably won't be until at least later in the probably in the latter part of the year, because there's still quite a fair bit to do, especially when it comes to that temple over there. Though the interior of the temple is not going to match the size of the temple on the outside. So it's not. So it's only going. So like for example, the temple there, it's only going to be the main hall, and that's about it. I'm not going to be doing like the main hall, little rooms here, little rooms there, la la la. Just the main hall. That's it, and then that over there. I don't know what I'm doing with that yet. Not a clue. It was meant to be the Citadel, but I still don't know what the fuck I'm doing with that one. Because I look at its size and I cry. So yeah, I don't know what I'm doing with the Citadel yet. But yeah, right. So that's it. I just want to give a quick little update, quick little sort of give you a general idea of what's going on with it, how it's going to work, and a call for more names. I need names for NPCs because this is going to need a lot of NPCs. I need more names. And the theme for the names for this is going to be they're going to be sort of like more kind of like Greek names, sort of thing. So I can't really think of a Greek name off the top of my head, but but a name that you would tend to see that that originates from Greece or comes from maybe from a character of Greek mythology, this and that kind of thing, But that's going to be the sort of the theme of the names for this is Greek. So if you're from Greece, let me know your name, because you never know, you might end up in the mod as an NPC. You never know. But alright, I'm not going to leave a link in the description for this one because since it's still a work in progress, you're more than welcome to go and search for it. All you got just type in Wanderer No More and it'll eventually come up. So if you want to have a look at it, you can. I mean, the harbour is kind of finished. There's a couple of tweaks I might need to make to it, but the harbour is finished. It's just the city is not. But right, so yeah, that's it for this video. So we had obviously this sort of like re-showing of Skyrim, just to sort of give an indication of what's changed, where I'm at with it, bada bing, bada boom. We also had Khajiit Warehouses by Ilari, which is that one has potential to have more done with it. But whether they will or not, it's a different story. But if they don't, it's not the end of the world. If they do, and there's a significant update to it that has a massive change and more content, then I might look at it in the future. And we also had Rin's Whiterun City Limits, created by Rin, but ported by Be8, which if you're looking for something that's more immersive, then that's definitely one to have a look at. As always, there will be links in the description below for the 2 mods that weren't mine. And this one, just type in Wanderer No More, you'll be able to find it. As well, there will also be a link to my Discord in the description below as well, where you can leave me basically ideas for mods for future videos, or if you're getting into modding, you can you're more than welcome to ask me some questions. I do also have other modders also on my Discord, so if I don't know the answer, there's a possible chance that one of them will, because I do also have I've got Be8 on this Discord, Cyan49 or CoreJ, so I've got a few other different modders as well who can also help. You can also keep up to date with what's going on with Skyrim and any other updates to any other mods that I'm working on. There will be an update to Darkmoon of Elsewhere in the future, but the planning for that has sort of been the pipeline in moments. I've also got Where Darkness Drives Crimson Moons, but that one I'm going to probably look about trying to release soon, but I'm doing that in an episodic form. If you want any details, you're going to have to go to my Discord, and there's details on there on that. Alright, so that's it for this video. Time for me to get out of here. So until next time, I'll see you all later.